My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I'm viewing 40 Knots by Xerjoff. This is 180 euros for 50ml and 100ml is 290. The Join the Club collection of Xerjoff perfumes represents a series of exclusive clubs from art and poetry to yachting and golf, the things I never do. In keeping with the rare nature of these scents, ingredients are kept a closely guarded secret, instead inviting the wearer to immerse themselves in an imagined world, be transported to the luxurious yachting lifestyle. I'm really scared of water actually. When we fly over the sea, I can't look at the water. It's horrible. Even when you go to Cancun, you have that beautiful sea. I kind of, I really don't like sea. No idea why. I'm sure it's like trauma when I was a child or something. Be transported to the luxurious yachting lifestyle on the mesmerizing Mediterranean Sea with 40 knots, colourful marine life. The glistening rays of sun and taste of freedom that comes from open water is bottled in this highly unique Xerjoff perfume. Oh my god, it's going on and on. Where's the notes in this? It has no notes. Closely guarded secret. The notes are on this frag site, which I hate going to. It's a cesspit. Woody notes, cedar, salt, seawater and green notes. Do we have our bottles of Xerjoff 40 knots? Are we engaged with the high self? Let's get testing. So I don't know what to expect. I'm expecting something, I have no idea. Aquatic, obviously. Sea notes, salty notes. Okay. Atomizers are great from this house, and then presentation's really beautiful. So let's have a look at the atomizer. Very radiant, very clean smelling, snappy, clean, fruity, lively, bright. Definitely unisex. Women could absolutely get away with wearing this thing. Men can wear it. It's sort of unisex. Smells very expensive, smells very eloquent. It smells like Xerjoff, which is the most important thing that it's keeping within the house. Sweet. It's got like a sweetness to it, which is the Kumara. And Kumara has lots of uses. And with this, it's given sort of sweetness. Vibrant, clean, very clean smelling, not green. Yeah, it smells like water, but not using cologne or any other cologne-like things. The must choice in this is like giving it support and backbone. Must choice is Hanabolide. Hanabolide is a feminist raw material, and there was a massive supply chain problem 2 years ago. Massive supply chain around sort of the COVID epidemic. Very difficult. It became so restricted, like you just couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like buying 5 kilograms from here, 5 kilograms from there. It was really panic inducing because Hanabolide is a really lovely musk. It doesn't flatten things down too much. It gives a high-tech, metallic, slight fruit pear and apple quality to it. Like ceramic, smells like a ceramic iron. Indispensable in men's perfumery, actually. It gives you elevation in a metallic way, which is so nice because metallic notes, they smell high-tech. I love Hanabolide. I use it a lot because it's really indispensable to kind of work with. It kind of goes with everything as well. It's just really nice in musk accords. It's really great. And this is giving this sort of metallic feel, this sort of like, and you can detect it within this. Obviously it's Isuzuba based because you would reach for Isuzuba for something like this. You really wouldn't want this Hedione base, which should be too light and fleeting, because this is like quite bassy and weighty. The must choice in this is great. Ethylene brassylate helping to smooth and to give softness. Nitrous helping to just further smooth out the formula. Aroma chemicals helping to give this sort of like blue feel, and the blue feel is obviously dihydromercenol, and with the percentage that they're using with the dihydromercenol is giving blueness, the feeling of the sea. It's not giving lime, it's not giving toilet freshener, it's giving like the feeling of the sea. And dihydromercenol is really vibrant raw material. Obviously acetates, linalool, ethyl linalool, I mean that's kind of like standard within this. I mentioned before on the sort of linalool, they have ethyl linalool and they have ethyl linalool acetate. And apparently ethyl linalool, I said before, is like, has a fixative effect because of the ethyl group. And I was working with ethyl linalool today and I was thinking about it, which is so strange that this is my job now. Anyway, thinking about a raw material and how to describe it. Because obviously the thing that I do, on these reviews is trying to educate and trying to describe a raw material in ways that are easy to comprehend. So how I do that is when I'm working with them, I sort of smell them and I think, How would I describe this? And I don't think how would I describe this? That's a subconscious sort of thought below the conscious thought, which is just like picturing it. I hope that makes sense. So ethyl linalool is kind of sweet, linen-like, and obviously linalool is in citruses, but it's kind of, I think of it sort of more citrus floral. I really like it. It reminds me a lot of, I don't know why, but I always think of sort of French perfume, and I always think of Chanel when I smell ethyl linalool. I have absolutely no idea why. Probably maybe because they've used it in something, I don't know, and I've associated it with that. So ethyl linalool, I think, is sort of slightly more floral citrus. Linalool is citrus, and ethyl linalool acetate is more fleeting within a formula, and that one smells much fresher because the acetate groups only smell fresher. Not always, but generally with an acetate group, they're used to give sort of freshness and elevation and sparkle, and aldehydes as well, those sort of groups. Think of neryl acetate and I think it's called generyl acetate. Those two give sparkle and life within a formula. So the acetate group within ethyl linalool acetate gives it more sparkle and definitely more citrus. So you go from ethyl linalool, which is sort of floral citrus, linalool, which is citrus, and ethyl linalool acetate, which is definitely citrus. In fact, but that's my opinion and how I think of them, you see. And obviously, if you're smelling them, you would have your own opinion, and that's what makes us great as a human race. Anyway, within this, we have citruses, we have some woody notes, sweet, clean, blue. On to my final thoughts. I think it's really great, but it's not for me. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. It kind of smells very classy. I think the thing is with Xerjoff fragrances is they're so stable and so long lasting that kind of, this is what I found with the Opera one. If you don't like it, they're really hard to get off your skin. If you like it, that longevity is like, you know, that's what you're paying for, isn't it? I don't think it's awful by any means, but the composition of the ethyl linalool and the dihydromercenol and the sort of the composition and how it is, I don't know, a little bit just not for me. But I was going to say in Spanish, pero I think it's incredibly well crafted. I think it smells very, very eloquent. I think it smells sophisticated, blue. It's fitting the brief. It's doing everything. It's just really not for me. I like my blue fragrances just more citrus-like than with more life. But that is so personal. You know, that's kind of like I'm talking about how I like my own fragrances. So I like citruses and blue fragrances done a different way. But I think this is really great. I think it's amazing perfumery. I mean, even if you don't like it, you can sort of think, oh my God, that's just like insane talent and hard work within that. So I kind of think that I'm going to mark it an 8 out of 10. I think it's awesome perfumery. Longevity, projection, sillage of the scale, safe and legal, amazing value for money. The packaging is beautiful. The atomizer is great. It's giving me everything that I want, but it's just not for me. But I think if you like it, I think you'll love it. I like my sort of blue fragrances, a bit more citrus and less of that sort of note. So, but that's me, you know, bit picky as always. So love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content, lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance reviews. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.